Today we're going to talk about a certain type of person that it's not good, bro. It's not looking good, bruv, as they would say. I don't even remember his name who says that. But if you're this kind of person, you need to take a serious look at the mirror. Like, it's really fucking bad. The type of person I'm talking about is the kind of person that would sell their own mother for money. The type of person I'm going to be talking about today is the kind of person who would sell you an apple, a green apple, and color it red and make it look like and seem like it's a red apple, but in fact it is a green apple. It's sour, unripe apple. So today we're going to talk about snakes. We're going to talk about weasels, and we're going to talk about rats and why obviously you shouldn't be one. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck did you expect? Like, what do you mean, bro? So this idea came from me recently. I've been given notice to switch apartments because the property that I'm currently occupying has been bought out by a new landlord. So since they want to occupy the property, they said I need to go find a new one. So I've been looking across the city for different apartments, different houses, different units, different things that I could just go check out and view in person. And there was a few of them that I was actually quite concerned and quite puzzled about. Because, like, now this is, I'm just gonna reorient the camera because it's not fucking done properly. There we go. Because, so in the center of Auckland, this is the CBD. As you can see, that is Sky Tower. And so here is one of the most expensive places in all of Auckland, basically, because it is the center of the central business district, or whatever the fuck it's called. So it is the most expensive part of the city. On the other hand, it is also a part of the city where there's a lot of expensive, bad quality apartments. Now, I visited quite a few of them over the past few days, and whenever I visited apartments before getting the one I have today, I noticed that there was a common trend. You know, when you go on a real estate website and you look for an apartment or you look for a house or whatever to rent or to buy, there was always going to be like pictures to see like what the inside looks like. What does it look like? And the problem is, most salespeople, most marketing people in real estate are actually snakes. Because every single picture, most of them are going to be like touched up in Photoshop, like a bit enhanced, a bit changed, and that makes no fucking sense to me, like at all. Because when you actually think about it, if a person wants to buy the place or wants to rent it out, they're gonna come for a viewing first, like regardless of if they've seen the pictures online or not. They're gonna come in person to check it out. So what the fuck is the point of touching those photos online so that they look better? Like, there's no point in doing that, because you should rather like just make the photos as realistic and as like straightforward as possible, I'd say. Because if I come in person and I see the photos are completely different from what's inside the apartment right now, I'm just gonna be like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm gonna feel a bit robbed. I'm gonna feel a bit wronged. I'm gonna feel a bit betrayed by you, the salesperson. You, the sales agent, the real estate agent that is supposed to sell the property. How the fuck are you gonna sell something if you're basically just betraying their trust right off the bat? Like, what? I went into this apartment online. Price looked fine. Pictures looked okay. And I noticed this common trend where most of the time they just do a mock-up where there's like they put a bunch of furniture in it just to take some pictures, and then they chuck out all the furniture, and they say like, oh, it's unfurnished, but on the pictures it's like furniture. So it's like, what the fuck? Okay, this is number one. That's red flag. Number two, you go inside the apartment and, like, for instance, 2 days ago, I think it was, 3 days ago, I went to see an apartment over down the road there. And bro, when I tell you that it had nothing to do with the pictures online, the pictures made it look so much better than in person, that I was quite astounded at the poor quality of the apartment. It smelled like mold. It smelled like humidity and damp water. Like, it smelled like the carpet was like full of water and like dead bugs. It's like, bro. Then you look at the kitchen, and you know how above the gas thing is, there's like an air vent or whatever. That was like full of grease, like the most disgusting thing you would ever seen. Like brown, like actually brown grease, like stuck together onto the fucking thing. And I was like, bro, how the fuck do you want me to, why the fuck would you want me to buy this? Like, shouldn't it be your job as a real estate agent to really like check everything and the details to make sure that everything is clean, everything smells good, everything looks good before the people get there? Because like, if you don't do that, how the fuck are you gonna sell it? Unless you're gonna sell it to someone who like literally has no means that he can afford something better, and in that case you're just taking advantage of them, and in that case I don't even know if you're a good person anymore at that point. So I was quite you could even say impressed by the lack of attention to detail from these people. It might have even been a health hazard, to be perfectly honest, having that amount of grease in the fucking air vent. It's not even in it, it's like on top of it. It's like right at the fucking entrance of the vent. It's like, bro. So I think the lesson we can all take out of this is you should do your best to not snake people, to give them exactly what they're looking for, to make everything just a bit extra, just a bit better, just that much better. Just if you can, note every detail and have an extreme sense of professionalism, and always bringing your best to the table regardless of what it is you do. If you're a real estate agent, make sure you pay attention to details. You make sure everything is as clean as possible. Note down everything. Send to the landlord. Say, hey, we need to improve this, this, and this, or else you're not going to be able to sell this. You're not going to be able to get someone to rent it. It is going to be extremely hard for me to sell this apartment, and I'm just letting you know, because it's the reality of what it is. Like, you're going to have to do some renovations if you actually want to get someone in here. You're going to have to clean the windows. You're going to have to replace the hinges. You're going to have to replace the carpet. You're going to have to at least dehumidify the place. You're going to have to make sure everything is scrubbed clean. Like, hire fucking a team to scrub everything. It wouldn't take that much money to do everything. Especially for someone who's a landlord. He should be able to do that. But problem is, some of them don't care. So then it comes to the point where, okay, well, would you rather sell dirt covered in gold to someone, or, better example, would you rather sell pig that has lipstick on a pig, like makeup on the pig, or sell the most beautiful person ever with no makeup? It's not that hard. I think I would rather sell the beautiful person. You know why? Because now we're not talking about human trafficking, okay? But if you're selling just purely based on looks, I think it's much, much better if you can sell something that is at a core basis something good, something beneficial, something beautiful, something amazing, rather than just fucking selling the lipstick on the pig. You know what I mean? It's like there's no honor, nobody's gonna be grateful for you selling lipstick on the pig, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, nobody's gonna fucking buy a turd like with gold sparkles on top of it. Like, nobody's gonna fucking buy that. Like, what the fuck do you want, bro? Like, you really gotta think about this, because like you could have been doing this sort of thing without even questioning it, because some jobs necessitate a certain degree of obedience, and there's a lot of people that do not question that. They do not put that into question because they do not have the leverage to say no, or to say, you know what you're telling me right now is absolute fucking dog shit, and I'm not gonna stand for it. So either we're gonna renegotiate, or I'm out. If you're not willing to walk out, people are gonna do bad stuff to you. Like, it's going to happen. Like, it has happened to me before. Like, I've had deals with clients go bad because for the longest of time I was tolerating their behavior and their emotional fucking behaviors. Like, completely irrational behaviors. I was like, oh, you hurt my feelings, or oh, this feels too hard, or I don't want to do this because da da da. And I was like, bro, if you do this, number one, you're going to get better. Number two, you're going to get more clients. Number three, you're going to make more money. Number four, you're going to be able to provide for your kids better. Number five, the fucking list goes on. Like, in a logical, rational sense, it makes perfect sense to get this done right now. I'm telling you this advice. It is your choice if you want to do it or not. But the core thing remains. Is the person you're talking to a purely emotional person or not? Because usually, if you talk to them like a logical and rational person, and chances are if they're a dude, they should get on board. If you can, like, it's very easy to convince a dude with logic and rationality. Like, if what you're saying doesn't make sense, like, what the fuck is even the point? It's like, right now there's a common thing going around that I like to call the feelings police. And it's people that keep saying like, oh, you hurt my feelings, you can't say that, or you shouldn't say slurs, or you shouldn't say insults, or you shouldn't say swear words, you shouldn't do this, that, and that because it hurts my feelings. You should just ask me whenever you need to do something because da da da. And to these people, we say, eat shit and die. Because you see, it is fucking retarded, stupid, imbecile behavior. If everybody respected each other's feelings before respecting reality, cause and effect, then the world would just stop moving. Like, the world would just stop, like, come to a halt, like that. Like, you don't understand. Like, the progress in today's, like, you can even look at the progress like in an evolutionary standpoint over the course of a few years, with more and more like religious things, politics, like gender shit, fucking homophobia, fucking racism, all of that has been pushed up over the last 100 years, and it looks like the evolutionary standpoint, the technological advance, the speed with which that goes has been reduced significantly. You can see within the past like 200 years, nothing today looks like it was back then. Or like pretty much almost nothing. it looked nothing like we are and we're doing today, thanks to industrialization and all of that. So you have to think about it as to how we got to that point. We didn't get to that point by respecting each other's feelings. We got to that point by being unified, by being like solid. I don't even know. By having solidarity, that's the better word, and making sure that everybody was in the same boat and everybody understood that we were moving forward, and nobody gave a shit if you're white, black, Asian, fucking redhead, blonde, fucking doesn't fucking matter. Nobody cared as much as they care today for some fucking reason, because everybody's ignorant. I talked about ignorance yesterday on the other video, but today I wanted to focus more on like people being good people and people being bad people. There will always be bad people on earth, because if there is good, there is always bad. If there is light, there is always dark. It is like a common principle that exists literally everywhere for some reason. So, and I don't even know how someone goes dark. Sounds like a cringe emo thing. Fucking what the fuck? So I don't even understand, and I don't even know, like, how do you get to that point where you feel like you need to hurt others, you need to become this bad person. I don't even know what your mental beliefs, your mental morals need to be to get there. Because it comes back full circle with integrity, with honor, and with like good values. Because if you do not have any integrity, everybody's going to just be able to buy your services, buy you as a person, buy your body, buy your values. And you're not going to be able to stand your ground and say, no, you know what? Go fuck yourself. This is mine and you're not getting any. I do truly believe that people need to stand up for themselves and find what it is, the values that they have, and put them forward and at the forefront of their life when living. I personally have a lot of integrity, and I truly believe that it is more important than any amount of money could fucking afford. Like, you cannot buy me. You cannot buy my loyalty. You cannot buy my love. You cannot buy my respect. You cannot buy me as a person, as an individual. That is my highest personal value. You cannot buy me. You earn my respect. You earn my loyalty. You earn my services. Because I looked at what you were. I took a note of who you were. And I came to the conclusion that you are someone that I want to associate with. So the only thing you can do is become the kind of person I would associate myself with. And in that case, you can ask me questions. But if you have certain values, that is simply out of the question. If you're somebody who cheats on people, if you're somebody who betrays people, if you're somebody who snakes people, even to the smallest degree, I will not be your friend. Period. It is what it is. I've been snaked before. I've been betrayed before. I've been done wrong. All of these things that are inherently bad and selfish to the extreme degree. I would not wish that upon my worst enemy. I would not do that to anyone else. It is not because it has been done to me that I'm going to do it to someone else. It is not because I've been beaten when I was a kid that I'm going to beat up people when I grow up. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, something's wrong here. So, realistically, I don't even know if there's a cure to this. If there's a solution to this problem of being like, if someone is a bad person and they're listening to this video, if you've done bad acts and you do not feel guilt or remorse or any kind of bad emotion about it, then you are not inherently a good person. I'm sorry to say that is what it is. Like, if you beat somebody up that didn't deserve it and you feel good about it, like, there's obviously something wrong up here. If you sell something that has no value, and you rack up the price and you extort money out of someone not at their benefit, at the only benefit of your own self-gain, then in that case, I think you should be punished for that. You should not be a good person in this case. In this case, if you do something bad and you do not feel guilt or remorse, I think you should be put in a separate group of people, and you should this is gonna sound funny. I think all bad people should be locked up and they should fight to the death, and they should be like in an arena, and we shall see who is more deserving from their own capabilities. And then what we could do is we could just use those bad people and put them on the forefront of doing hard things and becoming useful, productive members of society. They don't necessarily have to spend all of their time with other people, but you could just shove them in a unit of people, like, that go out to, like, let's say, do like extremely dangerous missions, work on oil rigs, work on boats, work on, I don't know, airplane, not necessarily airplane, but like work on, like, I don't know, space rocket in space, like explore space, do the kind of stuff that is extremely hard, or explore the deepest depths of the ocean. That like stuff like that, like explore the fucking jungles in the Amazon to cartography and to map out everything. I don't fucking know, something extremely hard, so that way we put these people that are inherently bad away from society, so that society is more good. Not, it is harder to to put into practice because there's a lot of fucking people on the planet, but I do inherently think that would probably be a good thing. There's a lot of potential ideas that you could come up with on the fly like this that would solve a lot of problems, but you gotta remember, not everybody's going to agree, and that's fine. But I made this video to talk about bad people. I talk about snakes, rats, and why you shouldn't be one. If your values and your core personality in your body can be bought for money, you are inherently someone with very little self-respect, very little integrity, and very low personal value. We already, like, we go full circle yet again. We go back to self-respect. Self-respect is probably one of the most important values next to integrity that you can have. If you respected yourself, you would find it much easier to respect others, even if they're being a fucking idiot. Who cares? Like, you decide how you're going to react to other people. You decide if somebody insults you, are you going to insult them back? Are you going to beat them up? Or are you going to do nothing? Or are you just going to be like, yeah, this person's a fucking idiot, I don't care. Like, who cares? If this person said, I'm white, black, fucking start saying slurs, all that sort of stuff, who cares? Who gives a shit, bro? They're probably the most insecure person out of you and them. Anyway, like, who cares? Most people who are inherently bad are inherently insecure about their own personal value and their own personal strength, and it's mostly a power thing. If you feel like you have no power and no control over your own life, you're gonna exert that outward, and you're gonna try and influence others because it's the only way to escape your own futility. It is easier to subject someone else to harm or to exert your power over them when you cannot exert power over your own life. It is much harder to exert power over your own life because it takes character, it takes grit, it takes determination, it takes time. And you can't just, like you would hit a person, like you would force someone to be obedient, like you would force someone to do something. If you're a police officer, don't be a dickhead, please. Like, everybody's having a shit day. Don't just overtly abuse power just because you're a police officer and I can't do anything against you. Like, please don't do that. Like, it doesn't help anyone. Like, unless you actually see somebody posing a certain threat to another person or to yourself, I would seriously think about before putting hands on them or doing something bad, or even calling them out, like being like, hey, don't do that. It's like, who the fuck are you, bro? Like, think about it for a second. Would you like somebody to do that? Like, if you were in the shoes of the person you're talking to, would you like someone to say that to you? If their answer is no, then what the fuck are you doing it? Like, it makes no sense. Respect others as you would like to be respected is probably the best sentence I've heard recently that makes absolute sense. Most of the rules, may it be the road code that you use when you're driving, the road signs, everything that is surrounding cars, driving, everything that is surrounding the rules in today's society, the law, everything would be much simpler if the number one rule, instead of having like thousands of rules, would be respect others as you would respect yourself. And if everybody respects themselves, then in that case, nobody would do anything bad, because they have a certain amount of integrity. When you respect yourself, you have self-respect, you have integrity, and you do not want to do shit. Whenever I'm doing something, like whenever somebody tells me to do something bad, I have my own personal internal clock, internal message that says like, don't do this, don't do this. It's screaming, don't do this, don't do this, you're gonna regret it. You need to get to that point where that becomes inherently you. Inherently you. Whenever you're about to do something bad, if your internal brain is not screaming, your brain is not screaming like, don't do this, you're gonna regret it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't put your hand on the fucking stove, don't fucking hurt this person, don't snake this person, don't fucking rob this person out of money, don't do anything bad, don't do this, then you just have to listen to that. I do inherently believe that there are people like me on this planet that are more good, inherently good values, inherently able to distinguish right and wrong, and able to do the right thing when it comes to it. Like, if I had shitloads of money, I would just help people, because I know that all of the money I worked for is inherently for that. Like, I'm a generous person. Like, I do not ever say this, but I have been a generous person ever since I was a kid. Like, I remember my parents bought me candy, like a big bag of candy, and I would probably just eat like 3 pieces of candy, and I would just give out everything else to my classmates. That's it. Like, I was completely and utter selfless. I wasn't really selfish when I was a kid. So, and that transitioned into me playing video games. I got so good at playing video games at a certain point. I was used to playing strategy games, and I was being so good at it that I got to a point where it's like, okay, what can I do now? Okay, I can actually help people get better at the game. And that's what I did for the longest part of time. Like, over the course of like years, I was like helping people, training people, giving them people advice, all this, all that. I was going on Twitch, not to chat with people, but to give them advice on how to be better at the game. It got to that point, bro. Like, if you're a good person, nobody's gonna tell you, oh, good on you, bro. Good on you, bro. That's nice. So I'm here to tell you, good on you. If you're a good person, be proud. If you're a good person, I'm happy that you're a good person. because we need more good people on this earth. We need more people that have integrity, more people that have self-respect, and more people that stand up for their own values and say no. No, you're not gonna buy me. No, I'm not gonna sell shit to someone else that I do not inherently believe in would benefit them in their own life. No. It is as simple as it is. I appreciate you watching this video until the end. If you have, like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know in the comments what other topics you would like me to talk about, if any. If you have any questions, if you'd like any advice on your life, any feedback, anything related to business, gym, physique, literally anything like mindset, how to become more productive, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to have a conversation, happy to give you some feedback and some advice so that you could better your own life. And with that out of the way, I wish you have a great day today, and I'll see you tomorrow.